Yeah, we back at it all the way 100. It's come to my attention that, a lot of us men are not presiding over our house accordingly. We're not presiding over our business accordingly. And most importantly, you're not presiding over your women accordingly. Now, what I mean by this is, for some of you rappers and those who are in the spotlight, who are in a position of financial stability, you're in a position of clout. You got your members up, you got people watching, and there's certain things that you do that usually always gets a black man killed. Just like the rapper that passed away the other day, and just like the last 15 rappers that we done heard pass away, it's the same story. They not presiding over their family, their house, and they women accordingly. I think about the situation about the OnlyFans white chick who was beating up her black man, had the video, and it got to the point where he lost his life over some shit that she did, and in my head, I'm like, okay, well, he wasn't presiding over that woman accordingly. She kept beating his ass in the elevator, and I don't condone no violence, no DV. But it comes to a certain time where, you might have to go change a motherfucker hair. I don't know. But there's certain situations you don't just allow a woman to do certain things. Your communication can solve it. Your ability to change the atmosphere by bringing up certain things or restraining her. Maybe hey, snap out of this shit. Sometime a grown man voice can check the shit out of a woman, but he ended up losing his life. And in my head, I'm like, man, he wasn't presiding over that house correctly. He was supposed to sit her down and talk about guidelines and rules and regulations and, respect levels. And this is what's acceptable and this is what's not acceptable. And this is how we're going to roll from here on out. As far as that other shit, you putting your hands on me and all this other whoop, you're going to get me to catch a case. So every time you respond a certain way, baby, this is what's going on. And we can't afford that, So we're going to have to move accordingly moving forward. He could have easily fixed the situation by coming at it like that, presiding over his house correctly, presiding over his woman correctly. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just one thing. Another thing, I remember the situation where one of them little rappers had went to the female's house in Atlanta. Late night going up over there to go beat up some cuts. But when he got there, it was some debauchery, and he ended up losing his life. Not knowing that some of these females be having situations with men who might be on the other side, and you in a position of clout, they're gonna try to get you. And lately it's been a little funk season this past few years actually. It's a little funk season going on right now, especially for you rap niggas. Nowadays, they're getting a little bit more smarter. Now in Atlanta, I heard that they are looking at social medias of Hollywood people like Mariah Carey and all these other places of people on their Instagrams. And when they flossing and talking about they out of town, they go run to their house and go hit that lick and go break in and go steal some shit because they didn't put their business out on social media about what they was doing. You know what I'm talking about? And, it's been a couple of cases just in the past few months of some niggas figuring out where these motherfuckers celebrities stay at and they watching they link, they paying attention, they watching, and they figuring out, okay, this motherfucker out of state, out of country, he doing shows, he on tour, so we about to go hit that house. And they getting real smart with it. You know what I'm talking about? You're not presiding over your house accordingly. You're not presiding over your business accordingly. All those type of situations can easily be fixed by not putting your business out on social media. For one, fuck humans. Secondly, if you do decide to do that, make sure you do it at a time where there's people at the house. You got security. You out of state, but you already caught your airplane, and now you posting as you already leaving that city or state. You can post that you at the Benihana's or wherever you at doing your thing. You never doing it live while you there and you flossing, and you got a gang of hungry motherfuckers out here who's willing to do the most and get that rep for putting in that work and hitting that lick and taking your shit. We got to move a little differently. You got to preside over your house accordingly. You got to preside over your business accordingly. Another thing, we got a lot of situations where motherfuckers is going out with their girls. You know what I'm saying? You flossing big chains, big money, big achievements. You know what I'm saying? $75,000 for the watch, $150,000 chain. You got one of them tight motherfucking chains that be choking niggas' necks. They like that shit, but that be $275,000. You know what I'm saying? You showing the new Prada shoes. You showing big money. You got the gold grill. You know what I'm saying? You got everything on display. And you putting it on social media. Right. Yeah, you big clout chasing. Just like the bitch. You trying to get attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's different from an average Joe motherfucker who only got 150 fan friends and he ain't really popping like that. But you in a position where you rapping. You know what I'm saying? You on tour. You doing things. You on your grind. You really getting it right now. But that drug called clout got you wanting to put your business out on social media to the point where you putting the location of where you going. Then on top of that, you got people around you. Everybody and their mama got phones. Now you at the point where the people that you moving with within your household or the breezy that you got that you supposedly presiding over, now they have the same disease called clout chasing. They want to be attached to what you got going on, right? Yeah. So the bitch gonna put, we going down to the chicken house. We going to King Taco. We going to Applebee's. We going to the motherfucking Teppanyaki, Edo Ya. You know what I'm saying? We going to Vegas. We doing it big. We staying at the motherfucking Bellagio. Yeah. You putting everything out on display. Now it's to the point where they know where you at and they coming to get you. They coming to get you. All because you didn't put your business out. You didn't preside over that bitch, right? You didn't preside over your household where your homies is in there with their cell phones. And you didn't preside over your business accordingly. Now it's to the point where you done lost your life. Warning comes before destruction. Young black men, old black men, people in general, if you listening. Preside over yourself accordingly. Make the correct moves and don't be caught up in some of the things that got these high value people, financial growth individuals who got their shit together in the limelight. Don't do the same mistakes they do, even on a smaller scale. Let's all learn from their mistakes and preside over our business correctly. Preside over our women correctly. preside over our household correctly. This is a damn shame. All this shit could have been prevented from happening by possessing some game within your household. Possessing some game to tell your partners and your friends what's going on. Possessing some game to preside over your business to know you need to separate your locations from where you currently at. Lord have mercy. We gotta do better, fam.